Good afternoon. This is Ray Perez for the Contrafrota newspaper here in San Jose downtown. Here in the second in Paseo. No, this is the first in Paseo de San Antonio. Let's talk about a little bit with the VTA Light Rail. Yeah, the last May 26. The VTA shooting. Was. Tragedy. BTS workers were killed by for another BTS worker who has mental problems. Yeah, and they made it happen. The BTS in over 3 weeks has been already shut down the service. We are the service of VTA Light Rail. Yeah, as you notice, the people is really worried about it. Why? Because it's summer and the transportation is getting for different points in the Bay Area, especially in Santa Clara County. It goes until Mountain View. The Mountain View go the other side of San Jose and L.R.O.N, and also Santa Teresa. Yeah, it's like everyone's. Even myself, I miss the light rail services. Yeah, as you see right now. They are waiting as long as they the Interim General Manager Tran is saying it's going to open. The reopening is going to be around maybe few more weeks. Yeah, but it's going to cost some $2 million to restart the system in order to get that and go back in business. So, and also they need a more foundation from the state of California. Yeah, probably they're gonna talking with the Governor Gov.Newsom. Yeah, but the thing is, the light rail is getting through. Yeah, for the lack of funds. Yeah, with this once it was interrupted suddenly for the student home. May 26. Yeah, they need to the support, financial support in order to keep going. But right now, the VTA has promised, is making the bridge buses, in order to cover that service. Well, not the same. VTA, has been in quite a while restricting, and closing some buses routes, in the past. Yeah. This is not from now. The BTS has been in for many years, and discussion with the community here in San Jose. What we're gonna do with BTA? How can we save money? Because through the overtime, the last years they were in the economic deficit. They're $28 million, $27 million around. How can we handle, this deficit if we now the Mayor Ricardo, say, is coming around and. Is attending some other businesses. Yeah, and one of these is the flea market. It was on the last Thursday. Yeah, and another one. Another news too is the Governor Gov.Newsom he was assaulted. Yeah, in Oakland. Yeah, city. But with someone homeless who has been he was approaching and tried to scare him. Yeah, he was rapidly, the personal security, personal escort, and they put him down, and then they reestablish, his personal safety. I personally sent a message, to the Governor Gov.Newsom about his if he was okay. Because I read right away, the news. It was in the morning talking, sending a message. But anyway, he said he's okay. So it's a good lesson, Mr. Governor. Yeah, some people are still with the pandemic. People is kind of off. Yeah, some people is still. But anyway, we are glad, he's safe. We need he keep working. Yeah, for the next years, even for the re-election. Yeah. And so another news, the flea market, is still they are, and they're working on it in the last Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday, in the meeting in the same flea market, la pulga, how they call it in the Hispanic people in Spanish. It was Mr. Ricardo, Mr. Perez, but also Mrs. Magdalena Carrasco too. He was president, and also the council member Cohen, who is from the District 4. He was addressing, this problem for the free market. Well, I had the videos, but I haven't decided yet, in order to moving forward. But the only what I can tell you is they have a timeline of 3 years, 1 year notice, in order to close it in 2 more years, or 3 years, in order to wake up and living in orderly fashion. It's up to the owners. It's gonna be a meeting in June 22nd, or maybe it's gonna put it off on September. But it's up to the owners. It has been this discussed, right? From most of the Hispanic community in the 3 languages, basically, English, Spanish, and also Vietnamese. Most of the people's worry, how it's gonna be the moving out, because the owners is offering $2.5 million in order to support to the people who is living the flea market. But also one other proposition is they're gonna have 5 acres, in order to for those people who is living, and then they're gonna moving over there. But still, is nothing for sure. And also is the discussion is internal discussion is because it's the project that came up from 2006, 2007, when the flea markets they used to have. And the other side, crossing the street, they used to be the largest parking lot over. But later on, they began, it's in the construction project for the affordable houses. In 2016, they already take the decision what's going to happen with the flea market. It was, like I said, it was a matter of time, but still, it's something not clear. If we see which one should be the consequences if they don't want to pack up and leave. The flea market. Everyone is willing. Many people still do not want to leave. Why? Because it's a nonsense. Making houses over there when the flea market has over 60 years. Inheritance over there, working over there for so long. Now, like I said, it's up to the owners if they want to keep going with a construction project in order to the flea market, be relocated in those 5 acres for the whole people who still want to keep going with a small one. The project is 2,400 affordable houses in regular houses, but the thing is, they're gonna keep going with the thing. It's pointing like it's gonna happen, the project for constructions, but still, it's one of the reasons is as Mayor Ricardo is say so very loud and clear. If we don't meet, the consensus that the people is gonna leave, is the project, of whoever is making this project is gonna demand to the city if they don't allow to buy, the license, construction license, in order to keep going with this project. It's something is still, it's not entirely clear. He said very clear, bro. Sometimes we have to get to in this, because this project has been delayed for years. But anyway, as they say, most of the people, they don't want to leave because this has been for decades. People who's been more than 30 years working right here, and also people who has been already. Some people are still coming in, and the economy is going up again. They are reopening the economy in California. June 15 is getting more and more. La Counterpart newspaper has been already in and giving the full support. The full support for the flea market, in order that they keep coming back in business. The people is went back. Is full. The Sundays and Saturdays is coming back with a lot of strength. So it's the economies keep coming. You know, it's a reopening. Most of the people here in California, we are also 50%. You know, the California fully vaccinated. We are talking about almost 20 years. The people who are already fully vaccinated. So people feel more safer. Why? Because even so, the pandemic still keeps going. Most of these people already vaccinated, so they are already protected, but still, you know, the COVID-19 guidelines and policies still keep going. Why? Because in order to protect them, right now the summer has arrived. Yesterday it was at 97 degrees. It was really warm, yeah, and we don't want to. Today it was like 80, 81 around, but it still was warm. Yeah, it's there are different issues too. San Jose City. But also my personal greetings, you know, to the Governor Gov.Newsom. You know, he has to take himself, as I said in my message, in the last message in the afternoon, because I said a message in the morning. Yeah. Okay, I know he has to be back. But anyway, this is everything for today. This is Saturday, June 19, 2021. We are here in San Jose downtown. This is Paseo San Antonio, and right here is Fireman Hotel still working. They are still having some hard time for the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, everyone's most of the time they are opening, but still, you know, they have financial problems. They are in a struggle. But they still keep going. Yeah, this is Ray Perez one more time for La Recontra Fuerte newspaper here in San Jose, downtown California, United States.